Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Obviously, we interpret another person's intellect and knowledge by listening to the person's statements and see how the person processes the information and what decisions the person makes according to his decisions. So a person has some information, he analyzes the information, reaches a conclusion, and then acts upon that. So you realize the sophistication of a person's brain. It's easy. So when you hear people, especially so-called diplomats, talking, you can assess their ability to think and who they really are in an intellectual and knowledge level by their statements. In this case, we have Zelensky. Zelensky, I don't think is a bright guy. I think he's a funny guy, but that's about it. And I think he's also a cunning guy in the bad connotation of the word cunning. So, sneaky guy that changes money, that, when you don't look around, he's going to pick your pocket. Something like that, that kind of cunning. So, Zelensky makes a proposal to the Russians. Now, the proposal is imbecilic, obviously, and a lot of people will not find that imbecilic. So that tells you that strata of the society, that rubble of the society's intellectual level as well. If you don't find that idiotic, that means you don't understand what the hell is going on. So you need more information, you need a teacher, you need someone like you to go and tell them, hey, listen, this is what you missed. And if they still want to live like ostriches with their heads in the sand, then that means they're bent over, so you know what you can do. So, the Hill. Zelensky proposes swap of seized territory with Russia. Now, without knowing anything about this, what could Zelensky possibly think of? Think about it. Swapping like what? Like Kursk with Donbass and the Crimean Peninsula? Or what exactly? Well, maybe he's just trolling the Russians. But hey, I don't think it's time for trolling. I think it's time for really using your balls, your knowledge, your intelligence. All right, let's see. Ukrainian president, because Zelensky is a president, correct? I don't know if he's legitimate or not anymore, but he's Ukrainian, as you know, is proposing an exchange of seized territory with Russia as part of an potential negotiations to end the war. I'm going to show you the Russians' answer to that. Ukraine holds control of a small pocket of Russian territory, part of Kursk Oblast captured during a surprise incursion in August. I didn't read the article, but I hoped for Zelensky's sake that he's not going to say, I'm going to give you Kursk, you give me the rest. But hey, we'll continue to read, and I'm just pulled up a map to show you Kursk, all right? Here. This is the map of Ukraine, and this is Kursk invasion right here. So you see this, everything that's red, or whatever the color is, it belongs to Russia now, including the Crimean Peninsula. So this territory, I think it's much, much bigger than this right here. Okay, so he says, I'm going to give you this because you can't take it back. So far they can't. And probably, I hope he's not going to say, you give me something from this area. But hey, let's see what he wants to, negotiate. Zelensky in an interview with The Guardian, because, a president in a time of war has time to sit down with BBC, The Guardian, CNN, with everybody. That tells you, or should tell a normal person, who is making the policy, who's making the decision. But obviously someone who doesn't make interviews, because if you're so busy with MSNBC, CNN, Friedman, whomever, not Russia Today, then it means like you have a lot of time on your hands. Here it is. As he planned to offer Russia control of Kursk in exchange for Ukrainian territory under Russian occupation. Oh my God. We will swap one territory for another. Now, is it how sophisticated this is? Ukraine did not say which territory Kiev would request request be returned to Ukraine in exchange for Kursk. Nor did he address negotiations over the status of our land occupied by Russia. I don't know. We will see. But all our territories are important. There is no priority. But here he says, we will swap one territory for another. So he didn't say, hey, it's going to be this for all this. My point is this. Let's say we are fighting. Let's say I'm right here, picking up flowers. I'm just bending. I'm not breaking them. Just, okay, all right. And you come over and you want to do something very nasty to me from behind. And you jump on me. And you try to overpower me. But I'm going to fuck you up. I'm going to turn you around. I'm going to punch. I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And then while you're down there and I'm changing your face, you say, wait, let's negotiate. I have a proposition to make. Do you think I'm in a mood of negotiating with you? You are losing now. I am changing your face. What are you talking about? So this is where Zelensky is. I have an offer to make, and he's... Anyway, so that's one. Let's go and see Maria Zakharova's answer to the baboon Zelensky Stein. And she's funny girl and smart. She is a funny girl. Russia Today, 12th of February. Moscow brushes off Zelensky's land swap proposal. Ukrainian troops in Russia's Kursk region can be buried without any exchange, according to the Foreign Ministry spokeswoman. Oy vey. So what did she say? Right here. Zakharova mocked the proposal on social media, writing, and I'm quoting, neo-Nazis rampaging in Kursk region will receive land without any swap, measured a meter wide, that's 3 feet, 2 meters long, and roughly 1.5 meters deep, in an apparent reference to a grave. Isn't she? What? What do you think? So, my friends, obviously the Russians know what's going on, know the reality. They live in the real world. And they say, the reality on the territory show that I am on you right now. All right, let's see what Mr. Peskov has to say. Kremlin rules out territory trade with Kiev. Ukraine's troops will inevitably be removed from all Russian territory, spokesman Dmitry Peskov has said. Okay, well, that's what it is. Next one. Ukrainska Pravda. Kremlin rejects Zelensky's idea of territorial exchange. Is it like, are you telling me that I'm going to negotiate with you? Say what? Exactly. So he says here, is not possible. And I'm quoting, this is impossible. Russia has never discussed and will never discuss the idea of exchanging its territory. Good. Finally, you find your balls somewhere in your wife's purse or something. Good job. Now, impossible is ce n'est pas français. Who said that? Napoleon Bonaparte. He said, impossible is not French. Impossible, ce n'est pas français. Okay. Now, my friends, what do you think? This is imbecilic, what Zelensky says. You are losing and you are trying to negotiate or something? Well, you can try, but I don't think the Russians are in a mood of negotiations right now. They have 4 goals to fulfill. I know, it was an unprovoked invasion of Ukraine. It's undefensible and all that. But still, the Russians have their arguments. So why don't you listen to the guys and try to negotiate in 2021 when they were ready for you? You said, well, we got these guys ready to be the, how do you call those? Profiteers, which is the international banking system, our military-industrial complex, and the energy industry. So, no, you start that. You're going to destroy these places. We're going to reconstruct them, and so on. We're going to ban you. We're going to slap some sanctions. We're going to give some aid from our banking system to everybody else to buy our weapons, and so on, man. And then, it's 3 years already. Maybe right now we can talk. This is how the racket works, my friends. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.